Hello everyone, and welcome to Silent History, a place where ancient monuments are not rushed, they are questioned carefully. If you enjoy independent research and quiet analysis of the past, please consider subscribing, because today we're looking at something most people never question. The pyramids of Giza are among the greatest structures ever built. Thousands of years old, still standing, still defying easy explanations. And despite decades of research, there is still no complete agreement on how they were built. But maybe that mystery begins with a simple assumption, one that might be wrong. We're often told that the Great Pyramid is made from 2-3 million stone blocks, mostly limestone, some granite, perfectly cut, perfectly placed. Each block weighing on average around 3 tons. With this number in mind, people start doing calculations. 12-hour workdays, 7 days a week, 20 years of construction. And the conclusion always sounds impossible. One massive stone placed every few minutes, day after day, year after year. No wonder the pyramid feels mysterious. But before we ask how it was built, we should ask something simpler. Is this description even accurate? Because the idea that the Great Pyramid is made entirely of millions of large, perfectly cut blocks is repeated so often that it's rarely questioned. It has become accepted by repetition alone. In 2007, Egyptologist John Roma made a revealing statement. He wrote that Khufu's quarrymen cut around 5 million tons of limestone for the pyramid. From this, he estimated a total closer to 280,000 large blocks, not 2-3 million. So where did the larger number come from? The pyramid has a square base. We can measure its dimensions. We know its height. We know the size of its internal chambers. By estimating average block sizes and course heights, researchers can calculate a theoretical number of stones. And 2-3 million is one such estimate. But estimates are not evidence. That number then feeds into dramatic calculations. Calculations that suggest a stone had to be placed every 2 or 3 minutes for 20 straight years, which sounds impossible, but only if the assumption is correct. So what if the Great Pyramid is not made entirely of large, dressed stone blocks? When we look at ancient Egyptian architecture as a whole, 3 things become clear. The architects were intelligent, the builders were skilled, and above all, they were efficient. They did not waste effort where it wasn't needed. Khufu's chief architect is believed to have been Hemiunu, a powerful official, a royal relative, and a master planner. If anyone understood large-scale construction, Hemiunu's tomb, known as Mastaba G4000, is one of the largest private tombs at Giza. Today it is badly damaged, but that damage reveals something important. Originally, the mastaba was faced with fine limestone casing, perfect joints, carefully finished surfaces, but behind that outer shell, the structure tells a different story. The core of the mastaba is filled with irregular stone, blocks of different shapes and sizes, bound together with mortar. What we might call rubble, not debris, not weak material, but undressed stone used intelligently. The outer masonry creates the illusion that the entire structure is made the same way. But it isn't. Only the visible parts are finely finished. The interior is efficient. This is not unusual. In fact, it's common in Old Kingdom construction. We see the same approach in other tombs, in other pyramids. So the question becomes obvious. Why would the Great Pyramid be any different? Architect Jean-Pierre Houdin has long argued that the pyramid's structure is divided into layers. A fine limestone casing, a backing of dressed stone, and a core made of rough, undressed material, bound with mortar. When we say rubble, we don't mean loose debris. We mean stone that wasn't carefully shaped. Some pieces large, some smaller, all serving a purpose. Critics argue against this idea. Some point to passages inside the pyramid and say they pass through solid stone. But internal spaces are always lined with dressed masonry. that proves nothing about what lies behind the walls. A closer look at Al-Mamun's tunnel offers something more interesting. Careful observation shows an alternating pattern. Dressed stone, then rough stone, then dressed again. A framework filled with undressed material. From this, some researchers estimate that up to a quarter of the pyramid's volume could be made of rubble, like core material. Still heavy, still massive, but faster to build. Even the dressed blocks on the outer core are often smaller than people imagine. Not every stone is a 3-ton giant. Many are far more manageable, so instead of imagining 2-3 million massive blocks, we're likely looking at something different. A combination of materials. Large stones where needed, smaller stones where possible, rubble filling the bulk. Why does this matter? Because it changes everything. Less cutting, less dressing, less precision required for the core. More efficiency, more realism. Evidence inside the pyramid supports this idea. Behind chambers and passages, sand and rubble have been found, not empty voids. Construction fill. The pyramid is still extraordinary. Its alignment, its scale, its survival. But perfection on the outside does not require perfection everywhere. If we look at how Hemiunu built his own tomb, the answer becomes clear. Efficiency mattered, smart design mattered, and that may be the true secret of the Great Pyramid. Thank you for watching Silent History. If you appreciate calm analysis over exaggerated claims, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts below. History doesn't shout, it waits for us to listen.